And as he leads us and guides us over these next several weeks, we're going to attempt to raise money that we need and finish the negotiations that we need to finish and to purchase the land that God has for us. And I got to tell you, it's a huge task. And there's been a lot of people that have been working very, very hard for a long time. There's somebody I really want to acknowledge, Gary Morrison. Gary, could you just raise your hand a little bit? For over a year, Gary has been just kind of heading up the land team and looking for land. And we want to thank Natalie for giving him the space to do that. So could we just say thank you for that? You know, there's still a lot of work to do. So, you know, keep the land team in your prayers. Another person I want to acknowledge, I'm going to ask to come up right now, is Tom Steinley. Tom is leading our giving campaign. And this is somebody else who's been putting in a lot of long hours and then going home and working on this for us. And I've even got one email from you at an ungodly hour. It was like 3 a.m. or something like, what were you doing then? But, you know, he's been working really, really hard. And again, I want us to say thank you to Tom as we start this process. So can we just give a hand? So I've asked Tom to come and to just lay out the beginning basics of the giving campaign and kind of give us the timeline.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ben. I would also like to thank so many other people who are part of the team who are putting this together. So it's clearly not just me. It's a much larger group. It's been really, really fun so far. But we've been talking about this for a long time, and we are here. This is the kickoff Sunday, and so I'm really excited about it. I'm excited I get to share with you guys the timeline of events of what's going to happen over the next 5 weeks. And it's just going to be really, really cool. So let's start with today, Kickoff Sunday. As we've just been saying, we're officially beginning our campaign. And as soon as I'm done, Pastor Ben is going to begin a new sermon series that we're really excited about. It's called When You Need a Miracle, and it's going to be really great. Also starting this week, dessert fellowships. And these are for anyone who attends Northridge and likes dessert. So I'm assuming that's everyone. If you don't like dessert, too bad, go anyway, okay? Because it's not all about dessert. But if you've been waiting for the chance to eat dessert first, this is your chance. Because you know, I don't know if there's going to be other food or not, but you can eat dessert first. You know, if you have permission. While we're there, you're going to be getting a packet of information about planting the flag. We've got a lot of information in, and we'll also get to watch a DVD of our very own Pastor Ben explaining the campaign, explaining what it is that we're trying to do. So it's going to be good. If you've not been invited, or if you have been invited but you're not able to make the night that you were invited to go to, by your host family, get a hold of Chad Libby, Phil Whiteford. They should be out in the back. And if not, give them a call or stop me, and we'll make sure that you get hooked up with a night that works for you. If you're not able to make it at all, please get a hold of myself or Chad and Phil, and we want to make sure, or your host family, actually, we want to make sure that everyone gets this packet of information this week. Okay, it's important you get it this week. Saturday morning, May 3rd, we're going to be having a giving workshop. And what this is we're going to have a Christian financial services professional. And he's going to be talking about how to give using more extravagant mechanisms than I understand. Things like giving stock, things like donating assets, those kinds of things. Okay? So, we're just also going to be talking about the process of deciding what it is that you should give as part of this campaign. So, please come to that. That's Saturday morning, May 3rd. Also, when we're talking about creative ways of giving, Shauna Bender and others have come up with an idea which I think is really cool. They have created a home business giving group, and the idea is they have home-based businesses, and they're banding together, and they're going to be giving a portion of their profits to planting the flag. And they're actually going to have a table out, I believe, after the service, and so you can go and contact them if you have a home-based business, or if you'd just be interested in Paul Johnson from Woodridge Church are both going to be there, as well as Pastor Dan will be speaking to us as well. So it's going to be great. One note I want to make on this, in the packet that you're going to be getting at the Dessert Fellowship, there's an invitation card, and it's an invitation to the all-church dinner, to Planning the Flight dinner. We need you to fill that out and send that back in as quickly as possible. As soon as you get it, sit down, fill it in, send it in. The reason is because due to the timelines, we need to get a head count on who's going to be there as quickly as we can. Okay, so please fill that in, send that in. Then, Saturday, May 17th, 6 p.m. to midnight, we're going to have a half day of prayer. And this is the night before Commitment Sunday. And so, right before Commitment Sunday, we're going to gather, we're going to pray, we're going to ask God to do miracles. It's going to be at Barbara and Janice Hurley's house. And you can show up anytime between 6 p.m. and midnight. If you can be there the whole time, that's great. Otherwise, you can show up when you can make it. And it's going to be a great time. Also, speaking of prayer, the prayer team has put together two really, really cool resources for us. One is a daily family devotional, and the other is a coloring book for kids. They're right outside the door here. We want everyone to get one for families, and every kid gets one coloring book. Okay, so make sure you get those picked up. They're right outside. You can scratch your name off the list as you pick those up. Then, Commitment Sunday on May 18th. It's going to be a really, really special service where we're going to come and we're going to make our financial commitments. Also, the youth and the children will be making financial commitments or gifts that same day. If you're not aware, both the children's groups and the youth groups are having parallel giving, teaching, and giving campaign that's going on right alongside with the one that we talked about here in this service. So we believe it's a really important thing, an important time to be teaching our kids about giving. And finally, May 25th, we're going to have a Victory Sunday.